warm welcome to all of you. This is the debater, the great debate. Every Sunday we meet over here. This is an online debating competition that is conducted over here on this common platform, which is open for all. And every Sunday we are having this debate. So what exactly it is? We are every week picking up a topic for some discussion. Okay. So now the topic in front of you today is the Ukraine crisis, the prevailing tension between Ukraine and Russia and the Indian concerns. Let me tell you a few things in brief. What happened? In the Second World War, USA and Russia both were on the same side. Okay, Germany, Japan, all these countries were in the opposite side. So what happened? When Japan and USA, these two countries were against each other, USA came out with a new thing, and that is a nuclear bomb, atom bomb. Although Russia and USA were on the same side, but Russia didn't know that their partner of Russia means USA has a hidden big weapon, that is atom bomb, this technology. So although in Second World War, USA, Russia, who were fighting from the same side, they won. But Russia felt very bad that USA kept it a secret. USA did not tell everything to the partners how to proceed. They didn't tell that they have already a big technology of atom bomb. Due to this, something new came up in history, and that is not war. That is a Cold War. A Cold War started between USA and Russia. So USA and all European countries, they all made a grouping that is called NATO, NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. And Russia had always been against NATO. Russia also started made some groupings, and USA and Europe made a strong grouping in the name of NATO. This is aspect number one. Then what happened? USA somehow managed through some forces, especially Islamic forces, Al-Qaeda and all, they managed somehow to disintegrate Russia. In 1990s, USSR disintegrated into many countries. It was broken, especially those areas on which Russia dominated. Majority of them were Islamic populated countries. They all got independence and they formed CIS, Confederation of Independent States, due to which position of Russia got weakened and USA won to a large extent. So Russia felt very bad. Then there was a country in the name of Ukraine. Ukraine was earlier a part of USSR. Then it separated. In 2014, Russia captured the southern part of Ukraine, which is called Crimea. So in 2014, Russia captured an area of Ukraine, and the name of that area is Crimea, due to which the relations between the two countries, Ukraine and Russia, worsened, bad relations. Okay. Then what happened? The NATO countries, they started pulling Ukraine towards itself. All European countries, NATO countries, they started pulling Ukraine towards itself. Ukraine wanted to join NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Okay. But who is the leader of NATO? Leader is USA. Okay. So Russia opposed this thing. Okay. Now, when Ukraine wants to join NATO, Russia opposes this, due to which relations have now strained. Okay. So we should start with your presentations. Suvriti, Ishan, and Anuradha, Priyanka, welcome to this session. Okay. Ekam, are you there? Can you listen to me?
Yes, sir.
So it's your turn. You have to give your presentation and it will take about 10-15 minutes for you to explain the topic.
Yes, I'm ready.
Start. And it will be better if you start your camera and then we start your presentation.
Okay, sir, I will.
Shall we start?
Sir.
So, welcome.
Sir.
Welcome to this
Yes,
session
sir.
of the Great Debate Debater. Okay. So your topic now, you very well know, Ukraine crisis. Let's start.
Very warm salutations to everyone present here. Today, as we all are gathered to discuss this enormously burning issue, Ukraine-Russia conflict. And on my part, I, Ekam Dhillon, will be chronicalizing the NATO's role in this conflict. If I dig into the roots of this conflict, so I would say it is an annexation conflict because in 2014, Russia thought of invading the Crimea, the southern part of the country Ukraine, but it was followed in 2015 that Russia completely annexed that part. Majorly, the Russian government in this situation feared only two things, that is Ukraine's membership of NATO, but not to forget, not only NATO but also European. And why they feared this membership, because European Union, as if they joined European Union as well as NATO, it would complete western wall of allied nations, which would restrict Russia's complete access to Black Sea. So this is the main issue why Russia is fearing about and is scared about their membership in these NATO and European Union. Now if I imply to my main point, so which is about NATO's role. So as I just told, the quarter half of the conflict is due to NATO's membership. If we talk about NATO's role, then we are indirectly talking about USA, because if I take you all back to the history, NATO is an intergovernmental military alliance which is led by USA, and it was established in 1949, and it is based in Brussels, Belgium, between 27 Western European countries, to the North American countries, and the one and only sick man in Europe, which is Turkey. And that's why most of the USSR countries, which were part of ex-Soviet Union, they joined NATO as the Warsaw Pact, which was formed afterwards as opposite to NATO. They joined that, so that because USA kind of, as sir you just said, that they attracted all the countries toward them and to make a force that is against totally against Russia. So basically, how these plans for NATO membership started in Ukraine. So the plans for the membership of NATO were completely shattered during 2010 in Ukraine by then President Viktor Yanukovych, who preferred that Ukraine needs a non-alignment type of Ukraine, because they thought that Ukraine, even if it is independent, but still they thought that they should be non-aligned. So that's why they shattered these all complete like membership plans for any of the organization, which I bet was a really wrong decision taken by them. If they wouldn't have shattered them, they obviously would be in a really better position right now, and there would be no conflict that would be happening right now. And now I would like to add on that Ukraine, we are just hearing that Ukraine is the only one member that wants to be like member of NATO as soon as possible. No, but no, there are other two countries also which are like the as desperate as Ukraine and who aspire to become its member, which are Bosnia and Herzegovina and Georgia. And if you remember, these two were also a part of USSR, and they also want to join NATO and as well as European Union, but due to some their other conditions, they can't. But Russia is not so interested in them due to their geographical location. Nextly and lastly, I would like to quote an important publication of Indian Express related to this topic, that US and NATO, they are basically planning to actually adopt them as members. Like Ukraine, they want Ukraine to be their member now, and the other two countries also. But due to these situations, they couldn't make it right now. But still, militarily, they are happy. They are helping each other, and even there's a military exercise that is started by NATO, which is named as Winter Camp, which is between NATO, European Union, all the other Western and Eastern European countries, even Ukraine. And even right just recently, even Kremlin, they declared as a warning that Vladimir Putin can anytime he can just declare the full invasion of Ukraine. And this is kind of really a dreadful warning, but everybody is just kind of ignoring it because they can't do it right now. So that's what NATO's role is in it. NATO is trying to help Ukraine in any form it can. And I think we are just on our way to a World War III. Thank you.
Great job. Great job. What is your knowledge about the position of our country? Means, how is India feeling so much concerned?
So about it, first of all, it is nothing so much related to India, but as Russia and India, they are really good. They have really good relations. So India might, or maybe like it is not in that much support of Ukraine, I would say. But right now, a news came up that India's ordered to bring all the essential people who are in Ukraine as well as the students back to India temporarily. And there's a lot of because yes,
If
sir.
this situation worsens, what will be the direct impact of this war on India?
So the impact that I am seeing, maybe I think this is not answer what you want, but I will still say that a lot of medical students of India are gone there to like become doctors.
Approximately 20,000.
Yes, sir.
20,000 of Indian students are medical students. They are studying in Ukraine.
Yes,
Moreover,
because it is kind.
we are importing petroleum. We are importing the petrol products from Russia. So if this war happens, then of course it will be something like an enhancement in the price rise in petrol and diesel. Moreover, some petrol being imported from Ukraine also, and some electronics goods we are importing from Ukraine. There might be some scarcity in that, and some pharmaceutical goods also we are importing from Ukraine. So there might be problems with this respect also, that I feel. Moreover, it will not be easy for India to continue with its policy of non-alignment. This is our
Yes,
national,
sir.
international,
Sir, and
international
even like
policy
the
of
medical,
non-alignment. Na? Speak.
yes, sir. The mainly the medical students are actually, I think they would protest for it because they're if they're temporarily called here, they are like 4 to 5 years will be completely wasted. And they are like doctors, they are studying for all these medical things. So I think that's the major thing that all I know personally many who are actually doing because there's some kind of cheaper there, so they go there
Yeah,
to
yeah, I
study.
know, I know.
Yeah, yes, sir. So that's according to me, that's really an important issue.
Simply great. Very fine. It was a good presentation from your side. And next weekend, next Sunday, we'll have the debate on the topic, the hijab issue. Okay? Fine.
Okay.
Bye bye. See you. We hereby